Chapter 2.
Growing plants. Plants help us in many ways. They give us food to eat, medicines to cure, oxygen to breathe, and fibers for making clothes. Therefore, plants are called our green friends. So, we must grow more and more plants and should take care of them. We know that most plants produce a large number of seeds. These seeds germinate and grow into new plants. New plants can also grow from other parts of plants, like stems, roots and leaves. In this chapter, we will learn how new plants grow from seeds and other parts of plants. Structure of a seed. Seeds of different plants are of different shapes and sizes. A seed consists of the following parts.
Seed coat. The thick outer covering of the seed is called seed coat.
On one side of the seed, there is a scar. This is the place where seed is attached to the fruit. On the top of scar, there is a tiny hole. This hole allows water to enter inside the seed.
Seed leaves. Cotyledons.
Inside the seed coat, fleshy seed leaves or cotyledons are found. Food for the baby plant embryo is stored in seed leaves. The baby plant lies between cotyledons. It contains baby root, radicle and baby shoot, plumule. Cotyledons protect the baby plant. Seeds like gram, pea and bean have two cotyledons and are called dicot seeds. Seeds like rice, maize and wheat have only one cotyledon and are called monocot seeds. Growing new plants from seeds.
A single plant produces many seeds, but all seeds do not grow into new plants. Some seeds are eaten up by birds, rats, and other animals. Some of them are destroyed by wind and rain. Some seeds do not grow because they do not get sufficient air, water, or warmth. When seeds get enough water, air, and sunlight, they grow into new plants. The growth of a baby plant from a seed is called germination.
Air helps the germinating seed to breathe. Water softens the seed coat, making it easy for the plantlet to come out. Sunlight provides the warmth for the activity of the cells during germination. In the beginning of germination, the seedling gets its food from the cotyledons. Pores in the soil allow air to reach the seed. The roots come out first and grow downwards into the soil. Later, the shoot comes out and grows upwards towards sunlight. After using up the food stored in cotyledons, seedling gets water and nutrients from the soil. Newly formed leaves prepare food for the growing plant. The seed gets water, air and warmth. Seed coat breaks and the baby plant grows. Roots and shoot develop in baby plant and form seedling or young plant. Plant grows and leaves develop in it. Cotyledons shrink and disappear.
Dispersal of seeds.
The scattering of seeds away from the mother plant is called dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds is necessary for the better growth of plants because if all the seeds fall at one place, they will not get sufficient nutrients, water, sunlight, and space to grow. We know that plants are fixed to soil and cannot move on their own. Therefore, nature has provided some methods by which the seeds of plants get scattered to large distances. Seeds are dispersed by wind, water, and animals, including human beings. They are called agents of dispersal. Some seeds also get dispersed by explosion of fruits.
Dispersal by wind. Some plants have very light seeds. These seeds also have wings or hair. When wind blows, they are easily carried away from the parent plants. Madar, hiptage, and cotton seeds are dispersed by wind. Dispersal by water. The lotus fruit has a spongy part and the coconut has thick fiber coat, which make them light and enable them to float on water. So, When they fall from a tree into water, they float and travel with the stream to far-off places. Dispersal by animals. Animals and human beings eat fruits like apple, mango, and watermelon and throw away their seeds. These seeds grow into new plants.
Like burdock, xanthium, tiger nail and spear grass have hooks or spines. They get attached to the body of animals or clothes of human beings and are carried to other places.
Dispersal by explosions. Some fruits burst open or explode when they become dry. The force of explosion helps the seeds to scatter away. This is called dispersal by explosion. Poppy, pea pod, and balsam seeds get dispersed by explosion.
Growing new plants from other parts of the plant.
New plants can also be grown from their roots, stems, and leaves. This method of growing plant is called vegetative propagation.
New plants from roots. Roots of some plants such as carrot, dahlia, beetroot, radish, turnip, and sweet potato can produce new plants. Let us perform the following activity to see how does a new plant grow from a root.
New plants from underground stems. Underground stems like onion, ginger, and potato can grow into new plants. Potato and ginger have eyes on them. Each eye grows into a bud under suitable conditions.
The buds of potato are called eyes. Any piece of a potato with an eye can grow into a new plant. New plants from stems. In some plants, like rose, hibiscus, cotton, money plant, and sugarcane, new plants grow from small pieces of stem of the parent plant. These pieces are called stem cuttings. They have 1 or 2 buds on them. If you plant a stem cutting into the soil, after a few days, it grows into a new plant, as shown in the figure given below.
New plants from leaves. Plants like bryophyllum has buds on the edges of their leaves. When such leaves are kept in moist soil, these buds produce new plants, as shown in figure. Leaf of bryophyllum. New plant. Bryophyllum plant. New plants from spores. Some plants, such as fern, mushrooms, and moss, do not have flowers. They do not produce seeds. They have tiny spores. Each spore can grow into a new plant.
In ferns, spores are present in special structures called sori on their leaves. Agriculture. In our daily life, we eat different types of food such as vegetables, fruits, pulses, meat, and eggs. We also wear different types of clothes. We get all these things from plants and animals. To get these things in sufficient quantities, a large number of plants and animals are needed. The mass production of plants for food and other purposes is called agriculture. Here, we will discuss the agricultural activities related to plants. Various stages in agriculture practices are as follows. Ploughing, it helps to loosen the soil. Manuring, manure is added to provide nutrients to the soil. Sowing seeds, healthy seeds are grown in soil. Plants grow from seeds. Irrigation, it supplies sufficient water to plants for growth. Spraying pesticides, it kills the pests and protects the crops. Harvesting, when the crop is ready, it is cut and gathered. After harvesting, grains are stored properly in airtight containers to protect them from moisture, rats, moles, and birds. Plants of the same kind grown on a large scale at a particular place during a particular time are called crop. For example, crop of wheat means all plants grown in the field are of wheat. The soil of a particular place and season affect the growth and development of crops. Soil. Soil is an important factor for the growth of plants. A crop grows well in one kind of soil, but poorly in another. For example, rice and jute plants grow better in loamy and clay soils, which can hold plenty of water. Wheat plants grow better in alluvial soil rich in humus. Cotton plants grow best in the black soil. Jowar and bajra grow in sandy soil found in Rajasthan. Tea plants grow well in moist soil of hilly regions like Assam, Darjeeling and the Nilgiris. Maize plants grow in alluvial soil. Coconut trees grow well in coastal areas having sandy soil. Seasons. A particular crop may grow well in one season, but not in another season. So, different crops are grown in different seasons. Kharif crops. Crops that are grown from June to October summer are called Kharif crops. Rice, maize and cotton are Kharif crops. These crops depend on the monsoon rain. Rabi crops. Crops that are grown from November to April winter are called Rabi crops. Wheat, gram and pea are Rabi crops. These crops do not depend on the monsoon rain. Protection of crops and storage of grains. Birds, squirrels, moles, pests like locusts, caterpillars and grasshoppers damage the crops. Various plant diseases also affect the crops, so crops need protection from them before and after harvesting. Farmers spray various pesticides and insecticides to protect crops from insects and other harmful pests. They protect the crops from grazing animals by proper fencing. Scarecrows are kept in the crop fields to scare away birds. Grains and seeds should be stored properly after harvesting the crops to protect them from rats, insects and other animals.